early 1600s, when white colonists first arrived on John's Island, they would find that the Kiowa and Stono Native American tribes were already there. Legend has it that members of the Stono tribe killed some of the white colonists' livestock, and that would be the cause of the Europeans to retaliate, eventually taking over the land. They needed slaves for the perfect indigo that grew on the land, so by the 1670s, the Atlantic slave trade would provide perfect slaves from West and Central Africa. By the 1740s, the slave that could read would lead a few Congolese African slaves through a rebellion. It was called the Stono Rebellion. It was the largest slave rebellion in the southern colonies, with 25 white colonists and 50 slaves killed. The leader of the rebellion name was Jemmy with the E. He is referred to as Cato probably because he belonged to the Cato or the Cater family on the Ashley River north of the Stono River. He guided over 20 slaves from the Congo in an armed march to Spanish Florida, where freedom was promised to fugitive slaves trying to get away from British America. When the rebellion started, Jimmy and 20 plus slaves would march down the roadway with a sign that read Liberty, and they all screamed it in unison. They attacked the Hutchison store, beheaded the store owners, put their heads on the porches, and seized all their guns and ammunition. Jimmy and the boys from the Congo proceeded south towards Spanish Florida, a well-known escape route. Along the way, they gathered more recruits for a total of 81 rebels. They burned 6 plantations and killed 28 whites along the way. So one night, Jimmy and the boys would be marching down the road when Lieutenant Governor William Bow and 5 of his friends spotted the group, ran off, and gathered other slaveholders. They started rallying up all the local planters and minor slaveholders, and the white colonists traveled to confront Jimmy and the boys. The next day, Lieutenant Governor William Bow and the well-armed military of 99 men caught up with the group of now 76 slaves at the Edisto River. The battle broke out, leaving 28 whites dead and 47 slaves deceased. The remaining slaves were fleeing to the woods. Governor Bow hired Chickasaw and Catawba Indians and other slaves to track down and capture the slaves who had escaped from battle. Governor then mounted the severed heads of the rebels on the stakes alongside the roadways to serve as warnings to other slaves and other minorities who thought about starting a revolt. What's up, y'all boy? This your boy Marlo. Now, y'all boy know I gotta give y'all boy my take on the John's Island. Alright, now, basically, before what you see now, the European expansion, you know, the buildings and all the neighborhoods and stuff, the Macon, the Wayland, all those neighborhoods are European made. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what they had in European. We got neighborhoods right now that look like this 300, 400 years ago in Europe. You see what I'm saying? Basically, before the Europeans came here, we had the Kiowa and the Catawba and the Stono Indians on John's Island. You see what I'm saying? And basically, that been them boy land. You see what I'm saying? Them boy used to use the irrigation systems, and them boy had know how to fight off mosquitoes and things like that. They already had also built an immune system to the mosquitoes, because where them boy from in Europe, ain't really no mosquitoes because of the weather, cold and rainy. You see what I'm saying? But long story short, when the Europeans come, them boy cut through the Indians and eventually took over the land. And John's Island in the 1700s and the 1800s, during the Civil War and the American Revolutionary War, John's Island played an important role because it was like a barrier island. You see what I'm saying? On a political aspect, John's Island played an important role because when you tried to attack Charleston, you had to go through places like John's Island, rough places like Mount Pleasant, just to get to Charleston. And that played a major part in on some earth type stuff. You see what I'm saying? On some natural type stuff. Johns Island played an important part because it was in a strategic location when hurricanes hit South Carolina. Charleston don't really get damaged too bad because of those barrier islands. You see what I'm saying? Like Johns Island, James Island, Sullivan's Island, Warmer Law, Daniel Island, all those protect Charleston. You see what I'm saying? Because Charleston is shaped like Florida, surrounded by water, but it sits inland. You see what I'm saying? But this your boy Marlo. I out.